Good morning, Coolest Coast. It is time for Coffee on the Coast. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee on the Coast. I'm your host today, Tina Prigge. Delighted to welcome to the show Taya Kramper from ADRC of the Lakeshore. Hi, Taya.
Hello, how are you today?
Good. How's everything?
Pretty good. I'm loving the weather. Fall is my favorite, so I'm very excited.
And it really delivered. Like we hit September 1st, and all of a sudden we've got this crisp, refreshing weather.
Uh-huh. I decorated my office before I left for Labor Day, and my brother was giving me crap about it. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. It's fall.
I love that. And the fact that it's fall means that September is Falls Prevention Month. Tell us what that means.
Yeah, so something called WEHA, which is one of the organizations that kind of creates our programming, works with Falls Free Wisconsin to create Falls Prevention Month, which really focuses on bringing awareness to the falls epidemic that we have going on in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is one of the leading states in the nation for traumatic injuries and even deaths among our older population for falls, and it's really bad, and it is one of the top reasons that our medical bills go up as we get older. So September is just a month to bring attention to ways that we can reduce our falls, ways that we can get up safely if we do fall, because it's pretty likely that we're going to fall, so we need to figure out ways that we can make it safer to get up as well.
So, how come Wisconsin ranks so high?
That's a good question, one that I think all of us are trying to figure out.
Okay. Okay. So, and it's important to realize, like you were describing, that a fall, it's not the same, as you're aging or as you're disabled, right? A fall has more serious implications. So,
Mhm.
what resources are there? What should people be paying attention to, particularly during Falls Prevention
Yeah,
Month?
there is a website, like I said, called Falls Free Wisconsin, which is a wonderful website that goes through um, it's a like a home tour where you can click on all of the things that you might think are like dangers to falling, and some you might not even expect, like your cute little pets. They like to trip
Wow.
us, and they're adorable, but they can be pretty dangerous sometimes. They show like lighting issues. If you can't see super well, you might trip over something. Throw rugs, as pretty as they are, they can get under our feet and trip us. And then the ADRC also offers twice a year in both counties. We offer a class called Stepping On. And unfortunately, all of our classes in September this year are full, but we will be working on our 2026 calendar pretty soon. And you'll want to look out for Stepping On because it's a great class that we highly recommend for anyone over the age of 60 to take, because it teaches you all the ways that like your medication can contribute to falls, unsafe footwear. They always talk about like the third point of contact. So whether you're holding onto a handrail, using a cane, a walker, anything like that. So Stepping On is a really great class to take.
Yeah, and that video that you mentioned too, it's interesting that there are, you know, things that we can look out for, that there are tips and tricks, there are small things that we might not realize, like, oh, I love how this throw rug looks. But right, that's something that you can trip on, or, choosing footwear for practical function rather than fashion, right?
Definitely. Hmm.
All good
Yeah.
things.
And another one that I hadn't even thought of before I took this like class thing on the website was making sure that you don't have clutter on your seating spots in your safe spaces, because if you're feeling weak, you need a safe place to sit so that you don't end up falling. So I like just throwing stuff on my chair. And if my chair is full of stuff, I can't sit down. So keep your chairs clean.
Yeah, right. So many good tips. And what does somebody do if they fall? Like, what are the recommendations or the guidance? How does somebody right themselves?
There will be a video on our Facebook page later this month from a physical therapist. Her name is Melissa, and she is a master trainer for Stepping On. And as part of our Falls Prevention Month Facebook stuff, we will have a video on later this month, which is you could just search ADRC of the Lakeshore on Facebook, and that video will go through how to safely get up if you fall.
And if you're looking for more information about ADRC of the Lakeshore, I'm just going to put up their web address here on the bottom, also their toll-free phone number that you can give them a call if you're looking for resources. Taya, what other events do you have coming up?
We have so many events coming up this fall. It's really a great time to come and visit us, before the weather gets gross and you don't want to go outside. Next week, we have our Medicare A through D presentations, which these are perfect presentations if you are turning 60 soon, if you're new to Medicare and you're really just trying to figure out where to go from here, just need to learn the basics of Medicare. So Kiwanis will be at 810 Lincoln Street, which is where our Kiwani office is, on September 9th, so next Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. And then Manitowoc's will be at 4319 Expo Drive, so that's like the big blue building that the county offices are in, on September 11th from 3 to 4 p.m. And then we have our Kewaunee County Senior Resource Fair at the end of the month. It's September 30th. And I like to call it adult trick-or-treating because we have like 60 vendors. And honestly, you just go to all of the different vendors and you just fill up a bag with all the goodies that they're giving out. So that'll be at the Kewaunee County Fairgrounds in Luxembourg. It's from 9 to noon. Has bingo starting at 12:30 to win some pretty awesome prizes. We'll have gift baskets to raffle off. The American Legion will be there selling food like hot dogs and that kind of stuff. So it's a really fun event that I highly suggest anyone in Kewaunee County coming out to visit us.
And so is it limited? Like, must you be a Kewaunee County resident to attend that, or can you travel up from Manitowoc?
You have to be a Kewaunee County resident to attend that one, just mainly because it is Kewaunee County providers. So I don't think Manitowoc County will really be able to benefit from it because most of the people that will be there are serving Kewaunee County.
I see. Okay. All right. Awesome. What else?
We have Boost Your Brain and Memory coming up in October. So that's going to be Mondays, October 13th through November 17th. And it'll be happening right here at the ADRC in Manitowoc from 10 to 11:30 a.m. And that one is interesting because it's open to anyone over the age of 18. A lot of our programs are restricted to just people over the age of 60. But Boost Your Brain and Memory is actually intended for people who don't have dementia yet, but are looking for ways to lower the risk of developing dementia in the future. So we encourage anyone to sign up for it. It's a really interesting class that goes through all sorts of different things, how faith can help you, how your diet and exercise and your mindset and all that kind of thing can help you decrease your risk of developing dementia.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Okay. You have other things planned?
The last one that I want to shout out is Stepping Up Your Nutrition. This is a 2-hour workshop, and our nutrition program supervisor actually teaches it. We have one in Luxembourg in October, and then we have one at the Kiel Community Center also in October. So that's October 27th and October 29th. And it just goes through like important tips about how nutrition affects everything about us, our mental health, our overall health and well-being. And it's just a really great class to kind of like give you a boost up in your nutrition.
Oh, yeah, that's excellent. Okay, and so ADRC, the A, Aging, D, Disability Resource Center, you've got some fantastic resources as you've just described. I think you also do some support for caregivers. So if somebody themselves doesn't fit the A or the D, but they're a caregiver of someone, should they reach out to you? Are there resources that you have available for them?
Absolutely. We have caregiver support groups every month. So this year we have a caregiver support group for those caring for people with early stage dementia. And then we have a men's caregiver support group, which is just for men who are caregiving for someone. And that is like led by one of our male staff members who is absolutely amazing. And then we have just a general family caregiver support group. So it's open to anyone who is caregiving for a family member. And the dates and times of those change depending on which county you're in. So I highly recommend going on our website or giving us a call to figure out which specific care support group you want to go to and figuring out the time for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And support is so valuable in these types of situations. And it also comes from volunteer support, right? Like the work that the ADRC is doing really benefits from people that can volunteer their time and efforts. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. We could not do what we do at the amount at which we do it without the volunteers that we have. We are one of the only county ADRCs in the state that has never had a wait list for one of our critical programs like our home delivered meals. And that is entirely because of the volunteers that we have been thankful to have. But right now, we are facing a volunteer shortage as we, head into hunting season and snowbird season. So, as always, we are looking for volunteers. Our big one is at the Manitowoc meal site. We need kitchen volunteers and home delivered meal volunteers. So, our kitchen volunteers would be from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And this shift could be split up. So, if you can only volunteer for 2 of those hours, that's fine. We can definitely work with you. One of the best things about volunteering with the ADRC is just how flexible we are with our scheduling. Whatever you can do, we will happily take. And another great thing about volunteering in the kitchen is that our meal site manager, Alexis, you would get to work side by side with her, and she is amazing. And anything that you need help with, she'll be right there to help you with. Our home delivered meals drivers are from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You're given a specific route to drive, and you just deliver meals to our people who are part of our home delivered meals program. Check in on them, make sure that they're doing okay, and you get to bring meals to somebody who needs it. And I mean, I think that is a really great feeling.
Absolutely. What kind of commitment is it? Is it a daily commitment, or are you looking for volunteers even if they can only do 1 or 2 days a week?
If you can do it one day a week, if you can do it one day a month, we are really, again, whatever you can do, we would love to have you. And we do have open routes every single day of the week. So chances are, if you have an opening in your schedule, we do too.
Oh, what a beautiful way to connect with others in the community.
Absolutely. Yeah. Some of our volunteers have made friendships that have lasted them for years. And I think it's a great thing to see.
Awesome. Okay, are you looking for volunteers for any other activities or events?
Yeah, so we have a newsletter that goes out every other month. And if you're in Kewaunee County, there is a great group of volunteers who help our Kewaunee County receptionist, Ali, put that newsletter together and get it sorted and ready for mailing. That's always looking for some more volunteers. We have our classes, like all the ones that I was listing before, that are always looking for volunteers to help facilitate. That one I do think is a bit more of a commitment because you have to get trained to facilitate the classes. And then most of our classes are 6 to 7 weeks long. So you have to have a bigger chunk of time that you're able to commit to us. And then we also have our transportation drivers in Manitowoc County only. You work with Linda over at Maritime Metro Transit, and she helps you get scheduled to volunteer your time to drive people in the county vehicles to medical appointments, either in throughout Manitowoc County or sometimes to Milwaukee or Sheboygan or Green Bay.
Wow. All right, viewers, if you have the time, if you have the availability and the inclination, volunteering your services at the ADRC would be greatly appreciated, whether it's a little bit or a lot. They can help slot you in. Taya, anything else you want people to know about the ADRC at this point?
Um, we have Medicare open enrollment coming up soon. Whether we can help you out with that, whether you take that on by yourself or you go to an insurance agent to help you, we highly recommend that between the months of October 15th and December 7th, if you are on a Medicare Advantage plan, you take the chance to look over your plans for 2026 and make sure that you have the proper plan going into the next year, just to make sure that nothing has changed too much, that you have the one you want and the one that's going to serve you the best.
Yeah, so important. Taya, I really appreciate you joining me this morning and sharing all of this information. I hope that you'll come back and keep us up to date on all of the resources that the ADRC of the Lakeshore continues to provide.
Absolutely. It was great to be here, and I would love to come back and just keep you guys all updated on what we have going on here.
I mean, because it's one thing that's true is every day that goes by, not a single one of us is getting younger, right? So
Absolutely. It is a blessing to get old, and I hope we all get there.
absolutely. My guest today, Taya from the ADRC of the Lakeshore. Thank you so much for joining us, Taya. I'm your host, Tina Prigge. We'll see you next time on Coffee on the Coast. Take care, everyone.